right. Now it's recording. So let's start this one more time. So we're going to start this presentation off with the products. And what we're going to do is we're going to share with you a quick 3 to 4 minute video about the core elements of biocrystals. And it's one of the biggest things that you can learn about when you join SLEEPM. So give me one moment, please. Okay. Enjoy the video.
Natural resources has always been the best choice, while combining them with the smartest technology took the world even a step forward. This is exactly how BioCrystal was discovered, using the most reliable and precise heritage of nature, crystals, without which the world would be deprived. BioCrystal, the latest scientific achievement, is made to improve the quality of life by renewing the energy through its active impact. BioCrystal affects the basic parts of users' organism, cells, by supporting them to perform the basic life functions. As the smallest but crucial parts of any living organism, cells demand optimal conditions while receiving useful and rejecting the harmful substances, which is operated by their own natural vibration. This is where BioCrystal found its role. It enables the cells to produce the optimum vibration and provide proper metabolic functions, which consequently protect from harmful external factors or decrease their influence. The scientific clinical study showed that BioCrystal impacts the user by raising bodily energy while simultaneously working in a calming and relaxing way, lessening the stress state by measuring various physiological parameters. Values for parameters such as faster skin conductance and a lower heart rate implies a BioCrystal user to be more relaxed and tranquilized than one not using it. On the other hand, a scientific study showed a higher muscle tension, respiration frequency, and respiration depth, which points higher concentration and body energy at BioCrystal users. The main benefit of using BioCrystal is that its active impact doesn't require any effort from the user, but to use the product enriched with powerful crystals composite. Usage of products enriched with BioCrystal leads to proper cell function, faster energy recovery, better functional state of the whole organism, improvement of immune system and general health condition. A research conducted by a specialist of internal medicine has proven that all BioCrystal users experience positive changes in their functional state of the organism, bringing them to an average improvement of 34.6%. The changes are noticeable and measured with a precise device only 10 minutes after the beginning of its use. Besides all the researches and study, nothing is as important as the feedback from our customers. Our in-house questionnaire done at the relevant samples showed that 53% of respondents measured better body circulation, 76% of users sleep better, 87% of users recommend the product. Effectiveness of BioCrystal technology is not only justified with exclusively positive impact this scientific achievement has on all living organisms, but also with impossibility of existence of a modern world without relying on numerous forms of applicability of crystals.
Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Okay, now I'm going to pull up the slides really quick. Okay, Dr. Feng, you can see my screen?
Yes, very well. Can you hear me? Yes.
Hello, Dr. Feng? Are you there?
Yes, very well. Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear
perfect.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I just wanted to make sure. So just a quick introduction for everyone here who's not familiar with the company SLEEPM. So basically, this company first launched in Canada around June 16, 2018, and they are essentially a wellness company. So a lot of people like to see SLEEPM as a mattress company, and yes, they do sell mattresses, they do sell toppers, pillows, and sleep products, but their goal is a wellness company where they promote wellness through sleep. And so there's several offices in SLEEPM. First and foremost, the main office being in Canada. They recently opened a new office in Los Angeles around August of 2019. They also have an office in China as well as the Philippines. And one thing to note is that all of the products that SLEEPM offers is manufactured and made in Canada as well as the United States. So just a few key people here in the SLEEPM company. We have Eric, our president. We have Dr. Sheila McKenzie, the president of the World Organization of Natural Medicine. You'll actually be hearing her speak later on in this presentation. And we have Dr. Drake. I believe Dr. Drake might also be here later in this presentation. And Sandro as well, who is the technology consultant. And basically what I shared earlier, what is SLEEPM's mission? Basically to promote wellness through sleep. So through the modalities of education, motivation, and duplication in order to create a sustainable system in the world. And so basically, how do they do this? It's through their wellness product, their flagship product being the BioCrystal orthopedic mattress with activated carbon. So what is BioCrystal, you might be wondering. So after watching that video, it kind of gives you an idea as to what the biocrystals are, how they function, and why they're being used in each of these SLEEPM products. And so just to give you a more in-depth as to what kind of crystals are being used within these products, there's 16 different kinds of crystals, each crystals having their own bioelectrical frequency and way of helping a person. So people might wonder, like, what's so special about crystals? Like, why aren't they just rocks that you find from Mother Nature? And that's the key word right there, Mother Nature, right? Like every single living being on this planet is from Mother Nature, including all these natural substances. So one question I would like to ask everyone here just to think about is, why is it that everyone, whenever we go to the beach, whenever we go into Mother Nature, whenever we go into, we plant our feet on the ground, on grass, we feel great, we feel exuberant, and we just have this natural flow of energy. We just feel so light and calm. And the reason why is because when we go in Mother Nature, there's this thing called negative ions that our body is able to absorb, and it's only given off by Mother Nature. And so because these crystals, they're charged with these negative ions. They're directly from Mother Nature, that when you start using these crystals, especially if you use it in your sleep environment, it's able to help influence you. It's able to help your cells recover at a better rate because you're aligning your cells with the natural frequency of Mother Nature. So I hope that made sense. And so basically on top of the 16 crystals that they use in the SLEEPM products, there's also gold and silver, which I think technically aren't considered crystals, but they also have their own bioenergetic effects on the body. And so we have just a list of different crystals here, each of these crystals having their own properties, so to speak, resonates with our cells in a different way. So like one thing to note is that, like, for example, we look at jasper over here, right? It talks about how it fixes and it works on your digestion, your stomach, and your stress. One thing to note though is that crystals are different from from drugs, because it's not something that you consume. It's not something that you would put in your body, that you would ingest, but it's a tool that you can use to facilitate an environment that helps you to be more balanced in your overall wellness. So it's not to say that crystals are a direct healing factor. So let's say you have a digestion issue, you have a stomach issue, like obviously you're not going to eat a jasper crystal. That would be insane, right? You would not eat any crystals, and no one's here, and I'm not here to tell you to eat any crystals. But basically what the crystals do is, if you know, over a period of time, if you allow yourself, if you create that proper environment for your cells to rest and to heal, then you'll notice that certain problems that you might be experiencing from, you know, in the past, they might slowly get better. So it all depends on everyone's body, right? And so there's also another component of the biocrystal mattresses being the activated carbon. So what's important? What's so important about activated carbon, right? So compared to other mattresses, specifically SLEEPM's biggest competitor, the Tempur-Pedic mattresses, they have just the memory foam and the coils, right? But they don't have the necessary ingredients to make the mattresses last long. And so activated carbon is one of those ingredients that helps preserve the structural integrity of the entire mattress for a period of 10 years plus. So normal mattresses, they can only last for maybe at most 5 to 7 years, right? But because they don't have this activated carbon, they don't have this filter to help absorb all the odors, to block out all the bacteria from getting into the coils and all the other areas of the mattress, it makes the mattress, you know, degrade much faster. And so how does it work, right? Basically what I just shared, it absorbs the odors, it absorbs, and another thing about activated carbon is that they absorb electromagnetic frequencies. So for those of you who are not familiar with that, like we use cell phones, we have televisions, we have a lot of electronic devices in our environments. And when we're constantly putting ourselves in these environments with so much electromagnetic radiation, we can actually influence our cells in a very negative way. It can actually hurt us. And it's one of those things that we can't see with our naked eye, but we can actually measure electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic frequencies with very specific devices. And so not only does SLEEPM offer the mattresses, but they also provide toppers in different forms. Different toppers work for different situations. So for example, the toppers that you see on the screen, the black and the blue diamond toppers, they're used more specifically for weathers that are much hot. They're just higher temperature weathers, right? And then you have the topper at the very top, which works for just almost any situation. It's the classic one, right? Each of these toppers, they have different materials that make them special, make them unique in their own ways. For example, the black and the blue diamond, they have different patterns that go into the design of it, which helps to support and relieve certain pressure points in our body. So let's say you have like a really tense back and you live in an environment that's just really hot and humid. Usually that creates a lot of stress, right? And makes it very difficult for someone to sleep well. And so this is the function of that topper. Not only do they have toppers and mattresses, but SLEEPM also provides pillows. And this is one of the picture that you see on the screen is called the butterfly pillow. So there's 4 different types of pillows that SLEEPM offers. And each pillow has a very similar design, but it works differently. It supports a different body frame. And each pillow also has different ingredients inside. For example, the panda pillow has the Thai latex, but sometimes a very small population of people are allergic to latex. So we might recommend that they go for the polar bear pillow because it has memory foam. But what these pillows have in common is they each have activated carbon and they each have the biocrystals. And those are the biggest components of what makes the SLEEPM products special. And so one of the most important things about how these pillows are designed is that they support the cervical vertebrae. So basically, when we are sleeping, sometimes people tend to sleep with pillows that are too high. And as you can see on this picture right here, on the top right, if you sleep with a pillow that's too high, that bone on the back will become curved. And if you allow yourself to be in that position for a really long time, you can experience back pains, you can experience discomfort, and you're just not going to get the best sleep experience. Likewise, if you sleep on a pillow that's too low, But the design of the pillow, the SLEEPM pillows, is to make sure that the cervical vertebrae is constantly straight and balanced, so that when you're sleeping, you're not going to injure yourself in the most, unpredictable ways. And so that part of your body, that cervical vertebrae, is really important. And that's the main reason why SLEEPM offers the specific design of these pillows, is to make sure that that part of the body is always supported. So this is just a picture of the cervical vertebrae. As you can see, there's like a very natural curvature to it. So if we put our cervical vertebrae in a very tight position and we force it into a very unnatural position, we lose that natural curvature, and that's when injuries start happening. So on top of being a wellness company that promotes sleep, we also like to promote education. We want to share with everyone, even though it might be obvious to a lot of people, the detrimental effects of not having enough sleep. Because we kind of take sleep for granted sometimes, right? It's something we experience every single day. And sometimes we just don't even think about it. I mean, you look at the picture here, I can definitely relate to pretty much every single person on the screen who's falling asleep, maybe except for the person in the middle who's holding on to his heart, having heart pains. I'm intending that I've never experienced that, because now with the information that I know, with the education that I have, I'm going to make sure that I take care of myself on a day-to-day basis so that I never get to that place, right? And this is what we want to share with people. This is what we want to help people with, is just to share the information of wellness through sleep, right? And sleep deprivation, right? This is a big problem in our society today. We don't normally realize it. We don't always ask people whether or not they slept well. We just kind of assume everyone sleeps the same, right? But the truth is that in Canada and the United States alone, there's lots and lots of people who don't get enough sleep. I forget what the number is, but I think it was around 50 million people in the United States have sleep apnea or some sort of sleep deprivation problem. And this can create a lot of problems if we're not careful. So why is sleep important, right? Like earlier when I was sharing about the biocrystals and how it helps our cells to promote our cells so that they can heal much faster. It's very important because our cells are directly connected to our immune system. And if our cells are not properly well rested and it's not healing at the rate that it's supposed to be healing at, then we put our body at risk. We put our immune system at risk. And when our immune system is at risk, we have a higher risk of diabetes. We have a higher risk of heart disease and all these different problems that we experience as we get older. So if we can just go for the root problem and fix our immune system, then we can give ourselves a better fighting chance at making sure that we don't have to experience these long-term problems that most people experience in our world today, right? And another thing about sleep is that sleep is very important, because if you don't allow yourself to get proper sleep, you're not only putting yourself at risk when you're driving, but you're also putting other people at risk, because studies have shown that traffic accidents, it's not just for people who drink and drive, right? It's the majority of traffic accidents in today's day and age is sleep deprivation. You're driving on the road and people snooze, people fall asleep for maybe 10 seconds, but in those 10 seconds, it's a matter of life and death. You could easily get into an accident and you just don't realize it, right? It's 10 seconds that you can never get back. So, I mean, there's lots of different factors, again, that affect our sleep, from our jobs, our environment, the electromagnetic frequencies around us, right? The electronic devices, stress, and just so many different external factors. But one thing we often don't think about that affects our sleep is our mattress. Having an old or a bad mattress. And here's why. When you have a really old or bad mattress, it makes it very uncomfortable for you to actually get good sleep. So as you can see from this picture, this old mattress has all this dust, this bacteria and fungus and all these different things that accumulate inside. And when you're sleeping on that mattress, you might not realize it, but you might wake up one day and wonder why you have bite marks on your back, or why your spine has pain, why you have pain on your upper or lower back, why it's so uncomfortable for you not to get that sleep that you need. Sometimes all of that accumulation, and because it doesn't have the activated carbon, as you can see from the picture on the bottom, the springs, they degrade, and it makes it very difficult to sleep on that. SLEEPM has that solution though, right? Like we talked about the mattresses, the toppers, and the pillows. So if you think about mattresses, right, it's actually a very important component in our life. Because if you, let's say on average, a person sleeps for 8 hours a day, right? So if you think about it, within a 30-year time span, within 30 years, a person would have slept for 10 years, because 8 hours is 1/3 of your day. So you take that and you divide it by 1/3 of your life. So 10 years in bed by 30, 20 years in bed by 60. That is a really long time, right? So mattresses are a very good investment. So when you look at the SLEEPM mattresses here, they not only have the memory foam, cool gel memory foam, they not only have the natural latex, they not only have the coils, but they have the biocrystals and they have the activated carbon. And when you look at our competitors, when you look at Tempur-Pedic and all the other different companies out there selling mattresses, they usually only provide you with the coils or just the foam itself. There's not much substance to it. There's no longevity in their structure. So when we look a little closer into the biocrystal mixtures, right? So how it works is the crystals, the 16 different kinds of crystals plus gold and silver, they're grinded up into these really small pieces. They're placed very meticulously inside of a pad, and that pad is placed inside of the mattress. So as you saw from the video, it basically shows that the crystals, they have been measured. The bioenergetic frequencies of those crystals have been scientifically measured. And it shows that for people who use those crystals, there is a definite positive effect. And there's nothing negative that you can get from using a crystal, from putting a crystal next to you. Unlike a cellular phone or anything connected with electromagnetic frequency, if you put that thing too close to you, it's gonna hurt you, right? You don't sleep with a phone right next to your head. But if you sleep with a crystal next to you, there's nothing wrong with that because it's natural. It's straight from Mother Nature. So athletes are not only normal people, right? But athletes as well can also benefit very well from using the biocrystals, especially if they have to perform and they're required to heal and recover their muscles so that they can perform better next time. So actually later in this presentation, we're going to have an athlete, a badminton champion from Canada, who's going to share his experiences using the biocrystals as well. So I'm really excited to hear that actually. I mean, we don't just have athletes, but we have different doctors. And as you'll see later in the presentation, there's going to be a few doctors sharing their experiences as well. And another really fun fact is there's actually been a horse who has benefited from using the biocrystals as well. So it works on every living being. So this slide over here kind of just talks about the partnership between the World Organization of Natural Medicine and SLEEPM, as well as to the right, it shows the certificate where there's an organization who helped SLEEPM conduct the scientific studies of the biocrystals. And so now that's the end of the product presentation. Thank you guys for listening. For the next piece of the presentation, I'm going to switch off to Carmine, and he's going to talk about the compensation plan and what's possible for you if you decide that you want to be a part of SLEEPM. So I'm going to switch my host now to you, Carmine.
All right.
All right. There you go, Carmine.
All right. Thank you, Alan. Everybody give Alan a round of applause. Virtual round of applause. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you. I can feel it.
You were on fire today. I like it. No, it was really it's a lot of information to be able to deliver in a simple way, but you nailed it today. It was really good.
Thank you.
So what I want to build on after what Alan has shared with us is another element of the benefits that SLEEPM has created for us. Because they found this product, they put it together, and they've created something like Alan just finished describing that brings people a lot of benefit beyond what is available in the market today. And what a lot of people need in the market today, two main things, is a way to better sustain themselves health-wise and a way to provide for themselves financially, because you kind of need one to have the other and vice versa. So let me just pull up my slides here and share my screen. It's pretty cool how everybody in the world right now is getting the hang of using Zoom to conduct business.
Right.
Oh, there it is, share screen.
And that's another thing I forgot to share about SLEEPM as well, is that they are a global business, right? So, I mean, they have although they have offices, they also, right now, because of this pandemic, because of what's going on in the world, how they've been operating is through Zoom. How they've been working online, and there's a whole system where you can basically work online as well. So it's a very good opportunity, and it's really it's just very adaptable. You know, we have to be more adaptable in today's day and age. But it looks like, Carmine, you have the presentation up. I can see it very clearly. So have at it.
All right, thanks, Alan. So the compensation plan structure that SLEEPM has utilized is actually super straightforward. So just like the bed, nothing is complicated. You don't have to figure out how to use crystals. You just have to sleep on them. Just like this compensation plan, you don't have to figure out any complex mathematical formulas. All you have to do is what you would do naturally, which is talk to people about this product that is helping you sleep better and helping you sleep faster, heal faster. So what are your dreams and goals in life? Regardless of what they are, I mean, everyone has some level of a dream and a goal, whether it be education, whether it be family, whether it be financial, whether it be health, to reach a certain level of health and fitness. We have to have some level of goals in life. And whatever those goals are, we need to have better health to be able to have the energy to achieve them. So what the compensation plan helps us to do is, without necessarily taking any extra time from our schedules, it helps us to be able to put more money into our household so that we can reach those goals, whatever they may be. Now, with most businesses, with most ways of making money other than a regular job, you need to invest. You need to put some kind of upfront cost down. And then you have ongoing carrying costs, whether it be rent of a store or, you know, having inventory. SLEEPM has simplified all of that stuff. You don't need any of that stuff. There's no ongoing cost. There's no sign-up fee. You don't have to stock any inventory. There's really nothing to be done other than buy a mattress, buy some form of a sleeping product that SLEEPM has, and you will have access to this compensation plan. Once you have access to the compensation plan, there's 4 ways of making money. Can you guys see my cursor? Anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Just thought I'd check, and I'll use it as a pointer as well. So there's 4 ways of making money. The first one is the 8-point commission system, which I'll go into a little bit in more detail in a minute or two. The second way is what we call the infinity bonus. The third way is the incentive bonus. And the fourth way is the global bonus pool. So I'll go into the 8-point commission system a little bit more detail shortly, and as well as the infinity and the global. But the incentive bonus is just kind of like what you're seeing right now. If you want to talk to more people about, you know, this product and what the company is doing, and again, not just the product, because the company also, like Alan mentioned, SLEEPM is positioning itself as a wellness company. It's much more than just beds. It's a way to educate people about how to really regain their energy just through better sleep. So when you choose to present this type of information, you get an extra bonus just for presenting it. So this is how the 8-point commission system works. As soon as you buy any one of the products from SLEEPM, you become a distributor. Now, as soon as you start talking to people about it and that person makes a purchase because you recommended them, you connected them with the company, SLEEPM will pay you $215 US. It's really as simple as that. Now SLEEPM has everything tracked on the website software, so that as soon as you send them to either, there's a link that you can send them to, they set up a little profile, they make their purchase, it's instantaneously linked to you. Or if you're near one of the main offices in Toronto or in LA, and whether they test out a mattress and you do it in person, that purchase is always linked directly to you. So now anything that Bob does, when Bob decides he's going to talk to his neighbor, his brother, his sister, Mary. Mary purchases a product. Mary gets Bob a $215 bonus, as well as you receiving another $215 bonus. Does that make sense to everybody so far? It's pretty straightforward. Basically, it's a referral fee. Now that happens 8 times away from you. So when Bob talks to Mary, Mary talks to Joy, etc., 8 times away from you, you will always receive a $215 bonus. That's the minimum bonus that you'll get. So now going forward, as you start to talk to more people about this, you talk to John. He's the neighbor on the other side of your house. Because you referred 2 people to SLEEPM now, and 2 people are being able to benefit from this, SLEEPM ups your bonus per referral to $430 per referral. They just doubled it for talking to double the amount of people. And now everyone that John talks to, you still make that minimum of $215 per referral. And now they call you a senior distributor or a 2-star distributor. So this is just a little diagram to show how that can kind of grow. Bob talks to a few people, John talks to a few people. Each person that they talk to, that's 215, and you receive that bonus. So if this little scenario happened, your total income would be $3,440. This is how this is powerful, because you haven't needed to do any sort of big investment in terms of business, in terms of inventory or anything like that, but simply for referring a product that is positively affecting people's cells, immune systems, their sleep, you're getting these bonuses in US dollars, regardless of where you are, whether you're in Canada or the US or Europe even. Okay, so now if 10 people have purchased the product because of your referrals, and you talk to a third person, you talk to Kevin, SLEEPM gives you another or raises your bonus amount by another $215. So now every time you make a personal referral, every time you talk to someone and they want to buy a mattress, you're going to be getting $645 US as a personal bonus. Now, anyone that Bob, John, or Kevin talk to, you make $430 bonus. And anyone that Mary, Jerry, or Simon would talk to, you would get still that minimum of $215 per referral. So when this sort of scenario plays out, that would equal $6,000 extra dollars into an account ready for you to get a check sent out to you in US dollars. And it continues to scale up from there. Now, at this point, if you've made $6,000 from just making some referrals, you're starting to see, if you're not already, the fact that this could easily be a viable business that could replace what you're currently doing for income. This is the level that I started to see that at, because to me, I've done a lot of different types of sales in my life. And one of those things was selling Volkswagens. I love Volkswagens. And I started working for Volkswagen for a short period. And when I would sell a $60,000, $70,000 Volkswagen Touareg, I would make about $800 Canadian. Well, right now, you've only talked to 4 people. Your total amount of sales that have kind of grown on its own, or whether you've stimulated it, has been 20 group sales. You've talked to Zoe, Kevin, John, and Bob, so only 4 people. Now SLEEPM is giving you $860 US per referral. So every time you make another personal referral and your group sales have gone up, you're making $860 per personal referral. And every level below also gets bumped up. So now anyone of the people that you initially spoke to, when they speak to someone and that person purchases something, you're making $645. On the third connection away from you, you're making $430. And anything below that to that 8-point level, you're still making the $215. So now at 5-star, it grows in the same manner. When there's 50 sales within your group, again, this is all tracked on your website, so you don't have to be, keeping track of all these people. You talk to Bob, John, Kevin, and Zoe. Their purchases were connected to you because of a unique link that's given to you, and the same thing with all of them. So everyone in this network is all connected to you. When you've talked to a 5th person, now SLEEPM is giving you $1,000 per referral. That's powerful money. I mean, the vast majority of people in North America don't make $1,000 in a week. The vast majority of people are making maybe $1,000 in 2 weeks. I think the average, last time I checked, the average income in Canada was about between $25,000 and $30,000 a year, and that's in Canadian. I don't know what it is in the US right now, but that's roughly $500 a week. So in the same way, every level has been bumped up by another $215. So 6-star is when it starts getting really interesting, and that's when we start reaching that other point that we mentioned, the infinity bonus. So these bonuses on the top, this number at the top, the 1290, the 1,800, these are the 8-point commission system. This 70 now that you see is part of the infinity bonus. So the 8-point commission system is just what it sounds like. It's only up to 8 points, 8 connections away from you. However, Kyle is most likely going to do the same thing that you did, that Bob did. He's going to be talking to people. So when Kyle refers people and 10, 100 different people away from you, you don't anymore receive the 8-point commission system, but the infinity bonus is always there. So once you reach a 6-star level, you have a couple of people that have reached the director level within this network that's grown, and you've talked to 6 people directly. Now, anything that happens in this whole network that's grown because of your referrals, you will receive a minimum of $70 per referral, and you'll receive the 8-point bonus depending on where it lands in your network. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm going to assume you're all nodding very enthusiastically. So there's a couple levels above this, but I mean, you kind of get the idea. Basically, the numbers just go up in terms of the bonuses that are available to you. So as a 7-star, there's a secondary infinity bonus. As an 8-star, there's a third infinity bonus. So on top of the 8-point commission, you're also receiving 70, 60, and 50. As well as, I forgot to mention, you'll also start to get a part of the global company profit pool, which means the profits that the whole company makes, the company gives you a percentage of it. With any other company, well, I shouldn't say any, with some companies, when you become a very big part of the business, when you really bring in a lot of sales into the company, you can negotiate as to being a partner or to getting a piece of the actual company. You don't have to do that with SLEEPM. Just from growing a web of people, a referral network naturally, or you decided to take it on as business, from creating this, once it gets to a certain size, it's all tracked online. They just automatically give it to you. It's automatically tracked and automatically it's there for you. That's powerful because, again, we all have things that we want to reach in life, and focusing on money, I think for the vast majority of us, is not what we want to be doing. Money is a means to an end. It's a tool. But usually when you ask the majority of people what they want to be doing with their lives, it's to make an impact on the world, to create something that there wasn't before. And we need money to do that. We need to be able to take care of our families. But having something like this that SLEEPM has created for us is so powerful because it takes all of the worry and guesswork out of it. It's set up for us, and we know that we can just take some basic steps and the compensation will be added into our accounts for us. On top of it, we can be confident with ourselves knowing that we're not just selling some knick-knack, we're referring things to people that are genuinely making a deep impact on their lives, as you're going to hear with some of the testimonials shortly. Whether they're, I've heard stories of people that were in serious car accidents. I've heard from athletes that have significant improvements in their training because their sleep is just deeper, their rest is deeper, they can recover faster. It's really confidence inspiring because it's really having a strong impact on people's lives. So a couple things to note. To maintain your account commissionable, as long as you're referring one person every year, you're always going to have access to this commission plan. If you don't do anything for an entire year, you still get commissions. It's just half. If you don't do anything for 2 years, then your commissions get paused. But then as soon as you make a referral again, the commission is turned on again. And that entire network that you've built, even if you only talk to one person and then the network grew and you didn't do another thing, that network is always tracked and always there for you. So that's another pretty cool thing. You never lose this. So this is something that can be really cool to put into perspective what is possible with an automated system. If you were to talk to one person and every one of those people only talk to one person every 30 days, in 12 months, one person talking to one person would equate to 1,755,000 or 1,755,975 US dollars. That's not something that needs to be negotiated. Like I said, this is just all something that's tracked online. You create this network, and that's, you know, what the ability is for us. So SLEEPM has really cool, ambitious goals in the next 10 years. In the next 3 years, many more products that are going to be infused with crystals, from blankets. We already have pillows, pajamas, eye covers. So imagine being able to be surrounded by these crystals that have positive resonance that affects our cells in various different ways. One thing that Alan didn't mention is the fact that the pillows have different crystal compositions than the beds. So it's not that we're just putting the same crystals in all these different, avenues to shape them differently. There's actually different crystal compositions for different purposes. Some of the pillows have different things in them that others don't. Some of them have magnets, others don't. Like you mentioned, the different toppers, some of them are for slightly different things, but like for the pillows, for example, have crystal compositions that are designed more for the cranial circulation, whereas the bed crystals are more for the body circulation. So the products that we're going to be coming out with in the next 3 years, or 1 to 3 years, are going to be super exciting. Their goal is to make 100 millionaires, 10 of them with 10 million. That's again, it's just numbers, but it's a beautiful thing for the company to have that kind of a goal. And this is the list of cities that we're going to be going into over the next 10 years as we continue to expand. A cool thing is that we're already winning a lot of awards, one of them being the Stevie Award for prestigious company and with innovative products, because again, there's no other company doing anything like we're doing. If you've been online or if you've looked for a bed in the past couple of years, you see that there's this online boom of mattress companies all selling these mattresses in a box, but they're really just a different configuration of foam, really, and marketing. It's mostly marketing. They have really cool commercials. I've seen some really fun commercials for these mattress companies, but really it's just repackaging foam. But no one is doing like what SLEEPM is doing, which is why we've won these awards. So talking about the mattress itself, whoever's introduced you to the beds or to SLEEPM, they can give you some more details on this stuff, but here are the prices of the topper and the mattress in US dollars based on the sizes. And here's just a little recap of all of the things that you're getting in this mattress that no other mattress has. So independent coils, that's a pretty cool structural thing. Thai latex, natural. It's possible to not have the latex if you are allergic. As like Alan mentioned, it's only a small percentage of people that have an intolerance to latex. The cool gel memory foam. But the main ingredients, like we've talked about, is the biocrystal mixture and the activated carbon. The energetic effects that this has on our systems is unlike any other company, any other sleeping product. And if you compare that price to the leading Tempur-Pedic, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer price-wise. So that's it for me. I'm going to hand it back over to Alan, and we can hear from some of the people that have had some positive experiences with the sleeping products, and some doctors to also give us a little bit more education. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this, and hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of the presentation.
Thank you very much for sharing that really in-depth plan, Carmine. Really appreciate your help, and just want to give you a big hand of applause. I'm sure everyone is also giving you that as well, even though we can't hear it, but
I can hear it. I can hear it.
You can hear it. Yeah, me too. We can hear it through the mutes. But anyways.
Hi, Alan. I'm here, Dr. Deb here, if you want to hand the mic back over to me and I can screen share for a bit more information.
Sure. I believe Carmine has the host now, so Carmine, you would have to give that to Dr. Drake.
One moment. All right, there you are.
Okay, well, thank you so much. That was excellent, you guys. I really think you did a fantastic job. And I just also want to shout out to Dr. Eugene Fung for helping organize this and get us all together. Thank you, Eugene, for giving me the chance to speak today. I just only have 15 minutes, so I would like to just briefly go through some important elements that were mainly discussed, but to highlight some of the elements of how sleep is so key in immune health. And we're using the biocrystal technology as an integrative strategy for health. So I just have to move over to my slide advancer here, 1 second. So this speech is endorsed by the World Organization of Natural Medicine, for which I'm a professor along with Dr. Sheila McKenzie, Dr. Fong, Dr. Stanley Ngui, and we're helping the SLEEPM Wellness Company bring wellness education forward. And we've been hoping that some of the proceeds from our use here as a fundraiser would help also support the Clinics for Humanity. So I just wanted to let you know that many of us professors are working together to try and bring that kind of education forward at a formal level, because this company is such of a high caliber. I'm an integrative medical doctor and coach and the director of the Department of Bioenergetics at the Canadian College. And I've been helping with Dr. Fung's leadership to produce the Sleep Academy, where we've been recording speeches like this one today over the last couple of years to educate affiliates in the SLEEPM company. And we've come together also to make a Sleep Academy of these podcasts, which you can get access to the library of some of our other lectures, and other fantastic speakers have come along, especially some of the professors with education, such as Dr. Fung and his wellness products and his understanding of marketing, who runs marketing meetings to show us how to become a self-care on the financial side of building a business. Dr. Stanley Ngui, we use him for showing us exercises and Qigong mastery and helping us understand the body electric. And Dr. Sheila has been presenting lectures on crystals, minerals, nutrition, and stress reduction. And we've also had other guest lectures like we had today with other testimonials. So I've tried to collect those all together under our Sleep Academy, and you can access that, as well as our new Sleeping Your Way to Wellness book, which comes with the authority of these 4 professors and helps others who are in the sleeping business access more wellness tools and strategies to understand what is this business of sleep and how can we make simpler our lives by using such a thing. So I just want you to know that many of these videos from the corporation, videos about the product and or videos about training, as well as some of the videos on the Health Counts Academy, are available to you if you're interested in educating yourself in this field, either as a distributor or as a health coach. And I also just wanted to mention that as a disclaimer, we aren't supporting any particular form of invasive medicine here. We're supporting vitality, and you can use this from home or clinic. And we're just wanting to make sure that people aren't making claims that aren't supported by the actual research. The SLEEPM company has gone to great lengths to make research about their ability to improve circulation and digestion and other elements of respiration and circulation. But we're not claiming to cure any specific disease or any condition or etc. We're basically increasing your own vitality to its normal natural function so that your circulation can be measurably improved, okay? So just to skip along briefly, I would like to talk about vibrational health. And the immune system is basically a complex system for self-protection of your body's mechanisms. It's both fluid, it's both blood, it's electric, it's magnetic. And when it's all working together, it fosters a sense of healthy mind, body, emotion, and spirit that allows your body to be in surveillance and restore itself and rejuvenate to keep in balance over time. And so therefore you basically have high resistance to diseases. And by using biocrystals and their EMF strategies like charcoal to stop the aging process, we can accelerate this restoration process. We can protect your circulation through bioterrain. And we also can help with the homeostasis of the whole body, which generally rises up your general immune system. In addition, we build the body up at night because the brain is more active and the immune system is more active at night than when you're awake. And the ability to clean the body at night from toxins and microbes and insults is the thing that helps you prevent these inflammation and degeneration over time. So investing in a mattress over years and years, considering you're sleeping 1/3 of the night, is a great way to bring yourself sequentially into the most optimal state of health and reduce the wear and tear of aging. And basically our bodies are cleaning during the night because the body and brain are unaware and unconscious of the exit of these negative unwanted thoughts, negative nauseating chemicals, negative poisons and toxins are being released at night. So thank God we're not so much aware of it, but their body is actually more busy during the night. And if you're sleeping a third of the day, you're really donating a third of your life to anti-aging and longevity and a lower heart rate and a lower body temperature and a faster respiration and deeper respiration rate, so that all these things will improve your blood pressure to the head and to the body and affect your concentration, your focus, and your mood and your general vitality. Now, vibration is something that needs to be understood as a basic fundamental of the universe. We have a universal vibration, and it basically allows us to align ourselves and get into a flow state. And when you correct your bioterrain and all the body systems are working towards the center point, what we call 0 point energy, you have tons of energy left over to do all the job of the orchestra that has to play all the body instruments all day. And your body is much like an aquarium that has both mineral salt water in it with 61 different minerals in order to supply and have oxygen jump around and distribute energy. But it also, it's important to keep the pH of the tank correct so that there's a release of acidic gases out of the tank and that the waste products can be taken out of the tank so it always remains clear. So if you want clear blood and a clear brain and clear thinking, you have to have a clear immune system, which is basically what cleans your tank. And what cleans your tank is these minerals and salt water and oxygen that are the fundamentals of all of health. So if you basically have a good y-axis, which is the voltage of oxygen and hydrogen and water, so you need to be well hydrated. And if you have the x-axis with a good pH control, and then you have a good z-axis of good minerals, your body actually maintains that aquarium tank in you and stays towards the center point where good healthy probiotics and ocean-rich water live, instead of drifting off into the corner pockets where there's more metals and toxins and pesticides and poisons. So the prevention of disease is basically just trying to ride up the center of that graph and stay in the middle. And this is where biocrystals afford you the ability through resonance and harmonics to vibrate with the healthy minerals of the tank and to keep you in the center of that tank so you don't drift off into disease. So basically the biocrystal bed helps you from being too over-oxidized or too alkaline, and it helps you stay in the middle of the body, and that's what is basically being on your axle. And the body only uses a few minerals at high degree, like oxygen at 65% of you. So if you can use the crystal bed to increase the oxygen in the body through circulation, you're helping a huge amount of the body's anti-aging systems. And then you'll notice that there's 1% of other trace minerals in the body, but without any one of those, your body would fail, because these are the minerals that act as the catalyst to make the work done in the body. So when you have all the body's different minerals, which vibrate different frequencies or different notes or different colors, the body is able to assimilate its spectral analysis or spectral vibrational systems into a nice harmonic rainbow of function. And the crystals in the crystal bed are chosen for augmenting these organ systems and these brain blood flow and circulation systems by having the vibration of Mother Earth near you all night long. And your body, through concordant harmonic vibration, will start getting in tune with those crystals in your body. And those crystals in the body and the bed are now harmonically tuning you regularly 8 hours a night. So you can imagine that over time, this can get quite cumulative in its benefits as these signatures of healthy bioelectric field are presented to your body night after night. And when the harmonic concordant vibrations have overcome your brain power, the brain can relax without stress. And then the stress hormones can go down, which can lower your weight, you can lower your anxiety, it can lower your blood pressure. So all of these elements together are conforming to help avoid the misalignments and the subtle out of tuning of the body for both minor and major issues. And the longer you sleep on the bed, the more beneficial it is. Now, it's important to just remember that light fluctuation is key to all health, and especially mental health. So we know that shift workers, for instance, have higher rates of suicide and death because they have difficulty with stress hormone running higher all the time because of the lack of light fluctuation in their jobs. And in fact, without light, we can have diseases like inflammation, mental disorientation, depression, psychosis, anxiety, infertility, and especially a poor immune system and chronic fatigue, and even lead to addictions. So why do we want you to sleep so well? Is we want you to get into such a deep sleep that you can create a repair of your body during the night. Now, blue light is exposed during the daytime, triggers your dopamine to wake up, and at night, the dopamine goes down and the sun comes down and the orange color comes up, which stimulates GABA, the antihistamine of the pineal gland that releases your your prolactin bonding and sex hormones, releases your human growth hormone for anti-aging, and it releases the melatonin for sleep and the pigments of your skin that are also very immunoprotective. So having a proper day and night sleep cycle is quite important, because if you disturb that sleep, you're not allowing the mitochondria to come out at night and do all their body cleaning in the dark. And it's a quite amazing fact that one biophoton of light gathered up in your body in the daytime can trigger 100 million reactions in the dark in your mitochondria at nighttime, where your battery starts recharging, you start repairing DNA and proteins and muscle repair. And that is what's helping all these athletes with their peak performance the next day, is that their mitochondria, which drive energy into the cell, are very active. So if we have any mineral depletion in our body or any light depletion, we can't get that mitochondrial furnace going and help protect ourselves. So if you look at a mitochondria, you'll look that there's crystals buried all within the mitochondria. And these cristae are receiving the vibrations from the crystal mattress and from sunlight. They're vibrating your energy systems into high vibration. And this is now charging up your brain at night, especially in all the different areas of the brain that are active at night, and helps more holistic integration of your body for memory and cognition, for balance and coordination, for better organ perfusion and emotional health, for the energy to build up in your body to repair injuries and cancers that occur, and for reducing the microbe and poisonous elements like dumping heavy metals out at night, and also from dumping out all the EMF pollution that is damaging your DNA and prematurely aging you. And the brain has different areas that work at night, okay? There's non-REM sleep where you're not dreaming, and then there's REM sleep when you're dreaming. But if you look at this one particular area in pink called deep sleep, this is the most important time when the brain actually does the most healing, sends out the stem cells to clean up anything in the body. And so you can see that with the first few hours of sleeping, the crystal bed helps you go to bed deeper and faster and get to that deeper sleep, so that the immune system has a longer and less interrupted chance of interfering with your physiology. So when you're dreaming, the body is clearing and storing memories and getting creative. But when you're deeply sleeping, this zinc burst of light triggered by your stem cells goes and heals your DNA telomerase enzymes, and it helps repair any corrupted cellular damage. So getting a deeper sleep faster will help your organs clean. And if you think about it, when you look at how the body is organized in Chinese medicine, each organ only works for 2 hours a day and rotates through this particular cycle called, wood, fire, earth, air, water. And look at the top half of this graph. When you start here at 7 o'clock at night, the pericardium and adrenals are recharging their energy. At 11 o'clock, you start dumping gallbladder. At 1 o'clock, you start dumping liver poisons out through the enzymes and start building proteins and muscles and helping your manufacturing plant of the liver clean the brain. At 3 a.m., your lungs kick in. And this is why the deep sleep and the deeper respiration and the deeper, shall we say, faster and deeper respirations of sleeping on a SLEEPM mattress has been shown to cause a huge improvement in the lungs off-gassing the acidic gases. And then the large intestine dumps all the poisons out of you and cleans you through your lymph node system. So clearly, from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., your body is working extremely hard at getting rid of all the bad junk out of you. So why not invest in a SLEEPM bed to get all the gallbladder dumping, to get the liver processing all these poisons, to help the body and all of these integrated communication systems get themselves all in sync with each other like an orchestra. And look at how complex the neurological systems are. So, it's too hard to do all this as a patient, but wouldn't you rather have a passive way to heal your nervous system at night all night long, rather than taking, medications or other systems? So helping your organs detox, repairing your circulation and oxygen, your memory, your muscle relaxation, your DNA repair, your stem cell stimulation, and all your organ and spinal posture all together are what bring up your immune system to its peak performance. And the biocrystals are safe, they are proven efficacious, they've been certified, and they have basically no known risk at any tolerance level. Anybody of any age can use it to clean their body and restart their body's circulation systems, their yin and yang organ balancing, and their outputs, so that they can clear that neurological system and remove them, the risks from any of these preventable, discoverable, and stress-related diseases. and just basically exposing yourself to these crystals. And I won't go into them as many of the previous speakers have done, but the division of which crystals to use and which body parts have been carefully selected. And in particular, they've been ground up so finely that the surface area of these crystals is massive. It causes a 3-foot plume of bioenergetically detectable energy from head to toe around the whole bed. So even if you have a mattress yourself already, you can buy the crystal mattress pad and put it on the bed you already own. But we recommend that you get the benefits of the extra charcoal to clean the EMF pollution out of the bed and help the oxygen and delivery of the systems. And remember that the activated charcoal absorbs odor and EMF negative ions of the cell phone tower. The ambient radiation is also nullified. So not only is the golden crystals the gold and silver is boosting the energy to the crystals. So the crystals are lifting up your energy, and the activated charcoal is removing negative energy. And by the time you mix that together, you're getting quite leverage on the body's immune system. And just to finish, we already mentioned that the posture is so important as well. So the mattress can help better blood flow to the head. The vibrations of the positive energies can quickly absorb into the brain to reduce stress hormone and help with all the body, mind, emotion, spirit. And this is why athletes and many other people with any condition are drawn to this, is because they're noticing a reduction of pain. They're noticing a reduction of stress. They're improving in their relaxation, and they're noticing their performance on the sports field is improved. So these are all benefits of the SLEEPM mattress that are so important to understand, that in this time of coronavirus around the world, what other investment could you do that's passive, massive, global, residual income, and has a possible effect of improving your entire immune system for years to come? This is why myself and many of our professors have validated and corroborated the SLEEPM company as a wellness company that we can really get behind. So I encourage you all to just sleep better and live better. And if you're interested, we have other lectures coming up next week about insomnia, which you can also we can talk in more detail about that. So for now, I want you to take some action, talk to the person who brought you onto this webinar, and get involved with this company, either for your own health, for your income, or for both. And I'm going to hand the speech back to, back to Alan now, who's the host. And I just want to thank you all for watching and paying attention to yourself and taking the time out of your day to have a listen to some new education. Thanks so much for letting me participate. And again, thanks for Dr. Fong for organizing this event.
Thank you very much for sharing all of that detailed information, Dr. Drake. We really appreciate that. And I hope everyone here has learned something interesting so far that they can take away and apply into their lives right away. So speaking of athletes, we actually have an athlete on the call with us today, and we're about to have him come up and share his experience with how his success has been attributed as part to the BioCrystal product. So we're gonna introduce now Victor Lai, and I believe Victor Lai is the badminton champion, if I am not mistaken, right, in Canada.
Yes.
Victor, you there? Okay, Victor.
So I'm just gonna wait for, I'm just gonna wait for the host from Dr. Drake. I think you just have to click my name on the top right, and there's gonna be the 3 dots, and then there's a button that says make host. But I think Victor can speak without the host privilege, right? You don't have slides or anything, Victor?
Thanks, man.
Okay, we'll just have Victor speak then. You ready, Victor?
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Victor, and I'm 15 years old. I was born in Toronto, Canada, and also raised in Toronto, Canada. And my parents are from China. I speak Cantonese as well as English. I just want to let everyone know that all the things that SLEEPM say is actually true. When my mom first told me about SLEEPM, I didn't believe any of it, about the crystals and how a rock can change your sleep and your life. So if anyone is on the fence of buying a SLEEPM mattress, should go try it for yourself. I didn't believe my mom, and now it really changed how I'm more energetic. The second thing is, as I'm a competitive badminton player, I train 3 hours on weekdays and 4 hours on weekends. So it takes a big toll on my body, as well as going to school full time. I'm in grade 10. So it does take a lot of energy to train, and I'm very thankful for the SLEEPM topper and pillow, as it has given me lots of energy to train and recover. It also helps me with school, as sometimes I have a lot of homework and I cannot sleep as long as I want to. But with the SLEEPM mattress, I can sleep less and still have enough energy to wake up the next day energetic and ready to train and go to school. As I'm a competitive badminton player, I have to go to tournaments. I've been to many places around the world, such as Denmark, Japan, Indonesia, and Hungary, to compete for Canada and also train and get better. However, when I go to these tournaments and to train, I can't bring a topper because that's definitely too big for luggage, and a pillow may take up too much space. So I'm very thankful for the SLEEPM BioCrystal pad, which is very handy and I can use on any part of my body which is sore or as a pillow. I also play many other sports such as volleyball, basketball, swimming, and golf. And sometimes, since I'm on the school team, we have practices in the morning. I'm thankful that even though practices are at 7 a.m. and I finish badminton training at 8 p.m., I'm still able to sleep and recover the next day. My best achievements so far in my career include 2019 Pan Am Junior Championships in Moncton, New Brunswick, where I won the U17 boys singles champion as well as the U17 mixed doubles champion. And I'm also ranked currently number 1 in Canada for U19 boys singles at the age of 15. So I'm very proud of that. And I want to thank the SLEEPM company for giving me 2 pillows as well as a topper. If you're wondering what my favorite pillow is, I like the camel, as I like the neck support. And I just want to thank SLEEPM for the opportunity to share my testimony.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Victor. And like I was mentioned earlier, when I said number 1, I meant to say number 1 in the junior division, but nonetheless, being number 1 in any division takes a lot of hard work, takes a lot of energy, and takes a lot of commitment, as you can see, right? Victor's schedule. And, you know, I used to be an athlete myself too, and I still do my best to be an athlete, although I don't really have much time nowadays. But I can definitely relate to what you shared, Victor. And I you know, sometimes I just wish I knew what I knew now back then, so that I wouldn't have made all those critical mistakes in terms of the injuries that I had to go through as an athlete. So if I had better knowledge, if I had the guidance back then, I would not have injured myself as much as I did back then, and maybe would have been able to play more. But anyways, thank you for sharing that, Victor. We really appreciate your time. Next off, I think we want to bring up Samera, who is also, I think, one of the distributors of SLEEPM, if I'm not mistaken, and I think she's here to share her experience as well with her biocrystals. So let's have you come on, Samera.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I was just first off thanking Dr. Fung, Dr. Drake, and Dr. Sheila McKenzie. They've brought a great awareness to the study of integrative health and medicine, and myself transitioning into this area. I think I'd like to help more people with bringing this awareness of sleep and what we can do in terms of a very important part of our life and how to get the most effect of it. Sometimes you don't have too much time for sleep, but if you have quality sleep, you know, even if it's 1 or 2 hours for some, you know, goals that you have, or some really, you know, maybe responsibilities with family or anything, you still can get quality and feel fully rested. I think that's really important, especially with the aspect of emotional, mental, spiritual, all these different aspects that we should know about ourselves. It's really important for me as a mom, just have a lot of responsibilities, but I'm looking forward to getting this for my kids and some other family members. But I think that it can really be very important because the accumulative effects of lack of sleep really can take a toll on you. And when other stress factors come into life, it can really affect you in just overall how you are. So it's important to have a preventative mind space, and also for a lot of younger people, again, just development, sleep is so critical for them as students, or helping them with, emotional stress or mental stress of school or anything that they're dealing with. So it's really a good investment for, I guess, family members to think about, okay, you know what, I'm taking care of sleep, I want an investment, and it's just going to help you long term, because this is what we're all doing. So for myself, I've used the pillow for now, I think about 3-4 months, but because of COVID, I guess we've just been stuck at home. So it's really amazing, the schedule, the understanding, but I feel so energetic after I have the pillow. I'm looking forward to getting the mattress or the topper, and I just feel very well rested. And with all the stuff going on, with COVID and a whole bunch of changes and stuff, you're still able to kind of manage your time and kind of feel, you're still okay. There's a lot of different changes and other family members around me, but I'm still able to handle it better. And I'm looking forward to helping them. I've shared this with my mom, my daughter, and I saw some changes in them too to help them relax. And because there's so much on screen time and online school and all this stuff, I think I helped my parents recover too. So it's really been great. I'm looking forward to utilizing the product, and I would share this with everyone and tell everyone to try it. Really great for, I think people who really need to sleep as well, even young mothers, and just correcting different scenarios about themselves, and healing is really critical. So the deep meditative state that you can get in this sleep is really helpful for you. So that's my testimonial. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Samera. I think I really appreciate what you shared about how you put in the time and investment to help your family get better. And I think the key word that you used there was investment, because I think investments are very important, right? Like, we think about investments in terms of money, and although that's usually the what most people think about, I think the most important investment that we can make is the investment in our own health. And I think without health, there is no wealth, right? So I think we can all agree with that. But thank you again for sharing your experience, Samera. Next off, we're going to have Dr. Sheila McKenzie, as well as, I think, no, Dr. Nye is off. So we're going to have Dr. Sheila McKenzie wrap up our presentation for today. And I'm excited to hear the wisdom that you have to share, Dr. McKenzie. So I'll hand you the host as well. Whoever's using the Galaxy S10, could you please mute yourself? Because I think it's a little distracting. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, Dr. McKenzie, I have you unmuted, and you have, that's right, I have your slides, so I will play the slides for you.
Okay, thank you, Helen, and thank you everyone for staying to to listen to my portion of the presentation. So today I'm going to be presenting on our aspect of the sleep book, and I'm also going to be going a little bit into why the sleep book and why we are here as a wellness team. As we said before, the SLEEPM company has put together a team of experts, healthcare professionals, Dr. Stanley, myself, Dr. Drake, Dr. Fung, and other professionals within the healthcare field. The purpose is for us to position SLEEPM as a wellness company. So I want you to all understand that SLEEPM is not a mattress company. It's a sleep company that promotes health through wellness through sleep. We have put together, the team of experts have put together this book that I don't think many of the members are utilizing. We know we come to these presentations and lots of what we're saying maybe it's gone over your heads. Lots of what Dr. Drake has presented is very important, but sometimes we forget what we have been told in these presentations. So the book is a good backup tool for you to understand more about this sleep and health. Could you move the next slide for me, Helen? So our sleep consultant, the purpose of sleep consultant is to provide education. We are the authors of the book. We are healthcare practitioners, and we influence health through the sleep and help members to understand more about health. SLEEPM is also a humanitarian company in that it partners with the World Organization Clinics for Humanity, which provide humanitarian health care to people who are unfortunate, people who have less resources in about 32 countries of the world. So our sleep book help to provide valuable funding for these sleep outlets all over the world. And we're members of the World Organization of Natural Medicine. The World Organization of Natural Medicine is an international organization that is registered under the UN for providing education for people to eradicate disease through education. So we help people to eradicate diseases, not through drugs, but through educating the world masses, because that's the only way we make a difference into the world is to educate people. And sleep is one important part of that education. So the mattress and all the products are very helpful, but we need to also have knowledge about other aspects of health. Okay, go on, Alan, to the next slide. So the book authors are myself, Dr. Sheila McKenzie. I'm the president of the World Organization, and I'm also the chancellor of the University of Humanitarian Medicine. Dr. Drake, Dr. Fong, and Dr. Stanley. We are the sleep consultant for the SLEEPM company. Okay, the next one. So these are some of our doctors, for example. This is a place where we went in St. Lucia also last year. So the doctors are known as doctors and practitioners of humanitarian services under the World Organization of Humanitarian Services. We also institute a safe and simple standardized traditional medicine treatment protocols for the management of addictions, behavioral health care, and we also help these developing nations, and we also help in situations such as disasters relief all around the world. This is what we do. So we're hoping that you purchase the book to understand more about health and also to help fund our clinics for humanity around the world. The next slide. So places where you can get the book, you can purchase the book when you get the mattress. You can purchase a copy of the book. You can get it on my website or the World Organization of Natural Medicine website. Next one. And so the income from the book, as I said before, it helps to provide funding for our clinicals for humanity. It positions the SLEEPM company as a wellness company. It promotes wealth through sleep and education for the SLEEPM customers. When you sell a mattress or you purchase a mattress and you need to have more knowledge about nutrition and other aspects of sleep, the book is a good tool for you to do that. Next one. So as I said before, the book is available in these places. The next one. So this is where we get the book. And so I don't have much more to say today in that we We need to get education on nutrition, proper nutrition, because if you don't have proper nutrition, you can't sleep well, although you have the mattress to balance your body. You can't go to McDonald's every day and go to fast foods every day and eat the wrong foods. The crystals are going to help you somewhat, but you won't get the full benefit of the crystals if you're not hydrated, because crystal need proper hydration in your body to work with. It needs to have proper minerals from your diet so that the crystals can work to bring your body to a state of homeostasis when you're sleeping. So if you have imbalances in your diet and your exercise and all these things, the crystals will help you, but you can have maximum effect of the crystals if you understand how to have nutrition and proper hydration and exercise. Dr. Fung also chapter is about emotional health. Your emotional health is very important. So he gives tips in the book of how to have mindfulness and focus on those areas to help you to sleep better and to help your overall health. So this book is actually a gift from 4 of SLEEPM sleep consultant. It's a gift for you, the customers and their members, to learn more how to give wellness to themselves and their clients. And so this is what I need to emphasize today. Get your copy of the book because it goes well with what it is you're doing. The chapters, you can read 1 chapter at a time. It's easy to read. We try not to put it in too much medical language so that the average lay person can understand the book. Because I understand that lots of you that are listening to these presentations, you're not healthcare practitioners. So we put the book in a language that you could understand it better. We simplify it. So you need to understand what's in the book. And even there's a crystal is explained in a simple way so you can understand how it works. So this is all I have to say for today. Get your copy of the book. Get your sleep topper. Contact the person who invited you today if you'd like to get more involved with it. You can also become a sleep coach in this company. I don't know if you know that. Once you sell enough products in this company and you become educated, you can also become a sleep coach in an integrative health coaching, which we can also explain to you later by contacting any of us. So this is my presentation for today. Thank you for bringing me in. I tried to be very brief today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. McKenzie. Hope everyone also learned something and took something away from that. I think Dr. Fung wanted to have some final words before we close up this presentation for today.
Thank you very much for your host, Alan. You've done a good job. And thank you very much, especially Global Director Emma and Marketing Director Oliver as well. And all the speakers, Dr. Drake and Dr. McKenzie and Carmine and also Alan as well, and all the testimonial presenters. And thank you very much for all of you coming over here, and have a nice weekend. Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and take care. Hope everyone has a wonderful day.